Check, check. Do we have audio today? Oh my god, we do. Oh my god. Imminent market crash. Hedge funds liquidating. What is going on a tint stream? This doesn't make sense. This doesn't make sense. Good, good. Good, good. What is up? How you doing, Manny? Ryan. Oh, dang, we breaking out this morning. I don't know if that's going to last all day, but holy shit. What's that, man? Oh, just watching the world burn over the weekend. Holy shit, man. There's some serious shit going on. Nothing to see, though. Don't pay attention. All right, I got a balloon to throw up there. Was looking weak, but now it's looking strong this morning. Good deal. Oh, hell yeah, I finally got a live notification. Hell yeah! That's worth a sip of coffee. What's up, Hunter? How you doing? So, I'm imagining you got the bell, but sometimes it doesn't even work with the bell. That's weird. Any bells that I use on channels, they seem to work, but I don't know. There's always something. What's up, Matt? Just ordered your squeegee yesterday. Can't wait for it. Ooh. I think you'll like it. That's cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm a big fan of how they turned out. They look good. Yeah. They look super clean. I open up every one of them and check them to make sure that they're good. I turned on all notifications and it seemed like it only worked 50% of the time. Dang. Well, we go live on Facebook. That's not a good one. I can't even say that because that's live in the group, so there's a different notification associated with the group than the page. I don't got a good solution. Maybe the Tint Studio one. Fuck. YouTube don't like me. All right, hang on. I gotta put up the balloon. So we got the shop to ourselves. Ooh, we also gotta check this. Does this work? One. Hey! Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. Three. Did it do it again? 3. GoPro. Are we doing the same problem? I think it's got the same problem. 192 on the stock today. Realtek high definition audio. What? Maybe it's... That wouldn't make sense, but maybe. It's on the right microphone, right? Oh. Still on the bad microphone. Can't catch a break, can we? Oh. General. thinking. Set Windows default communications audio playback. Oh, I might have been doing the wrong one all this time. That would make sense. Hello. 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 No. Still not. All right, we're troubleshooting. This is what I'm doing. Unless it didn't save. Audio recordings. Maybe that. Might be the flex capacitor. Marty! So, I thought it was this one. That's output though, right? Realtek. Because that's the audio playback device. That's not what we want. Let's just set them all. Realtek digital output. These are all outputs though. So mic in should be Realtek. That one. Maybe I just didn't click change now. Hello. What the fuck? Yeah, it's like... Here. Let me close it. Sweet icons, huh? Oh, you know. I'm doing okay. Yeah. Still. I'm doing the wrong menu. I have to be. Stop. General. There's a thing that I'm missing somewhere. Speech engine. That has to do with that. And then... Oh my god, I was on the wrong thing this whole time? There. Oh, they put it there. Canon. 1. 1. I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. 3. 2. 4. 3. Canon. I'm so dumb, but I figured it out, so that makes it okay. All right, 3. Sorry. Aha! Aha! We got there, boys. Da, 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 da. Yay! Let's put you guys up here. Let's make a party. Party in the studio. How are you guys doing? You guys having a good morning? Aha! What was the city's problem with me tinting? That it was a business. They don't want any business from home. But every city is different, and there's subdivisions with HOAs, there's cities with rules, there's zoning, there's like all sorts of stuff. So like zoning is like there's certain areas of a city that is zoned for particular types of businesses, and buildings need to be properly zoned. And I understand that. But I called them and I was like, hey, can I do work out of my garage? And they said, yeah, from the hours of 7 to 10 at night. Perfect. From the hours of 7 to 10 at night, but the way that I had it set up, they put a hard stop. Canon. They put a hard stop to it. So I think that had to do with the appearance of it. So I was streaming on Facebook, I was streaming on YouTube. Whoever called the city in the first place probably knew that and then would somehow screenshot and send pictures. I don't know. So if you fly under the radar, then you're fine. But it's totally up to your city. So call them first. Or just get started, make some money, get called on or something, and then transition. That's a thing. I agree. It is kind of dumb, especially because it happened at the beginning of COVID. Like they just got it, good part of it set up, and then they started shutting down everything for COVID. You think they'd maybe be a smidge lenient? Nah. Nah. But, you know, we're here now. And this is working out. This is fun. This is easier to, like, do multiple appointments. It's not as much paranoia. And, yeah, I don't know. Is your squeegee good for extracting water or just for tacking the film? Well, it's kind of the same thing. So there's harder squeegees that'll push out more water, a little easier. It's always going to leave water behind, though. It doesn't matter the squeegee. They're all going to leave some water behind. So even with the clear crush, you just press harder, and it still gets out a good amount of water. The harder the squeegee, though, the more you risk scratching the film, too. Like, if you, like, hard squeegee, press hard, get a little piece of sand, drag it across. Like, you always got to make sure all that stuff is clean, too. So, pros and cons to both. So, is your squeegee like a hard card? What? Oh, I get what you mean. Oh, I'm sorry. You guys talking about the green one? Oh, this guy? Oh, this is a good all-around squeegee. So you can tack the film, you can squeegee out some of the water, but it's like, for me, I've never really liked the yellow turbos, so it like puts weird pressure on your wrist. So like if you're pressing like that, it's kind of like, I always like trying to press out more water with like a handled squeegee. So I think it's easier to press out more water with a handled squeegee regardless. But this is nifty, you know, for quarter windows, for tacking, for squeegeeing out if you want to use it. There's some people that like to use something like this all around and then swiping. Like I like this angle because you can get in the bottom seal and just zoop. That's handy. It's got that edge, and that edge just... Does it scratch? No. The only way that it's going to scratch is if you're getting little bits of dirt to, like, stick to here. So just rinse it off quick, and then you'll be good to go. All right. At this point, we should probably get started, huh? Where are we at? Okay, thanks. I'm ordering 2 today. Ooh, thanks, man. I hope you like them. What series of film do you use? GeoShield. I use all 3, or their main 3: Pro Classic, C2, and Pro Nano. 192, the high of the morning, on 3.5 mil in volume. Pretty low. Pretty low volume. Yo, so there's some freaky shit going on right now. Look at this. Nothing to see here. Oh, Goldman just liquidated 30, like, what, 10 billion or something like that? And they still have more to liquidate? Nothing to see. Holy shit. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on it today. That was Discovery stock, though. They dumped in, like, 4 random positions. They said they had to liquidate a hedge fund. And then it came out over... the weekend that 2 other hedge funds were also being liquidated too, or something. And then there could be some fun stuff going on soon. What is being used on this car? We're doing Pro Classic 20. I wish I was old enough for stocks. You can definitely learn about them. Paper trade, practice. I think it's all kinds of fucky, though. Trying to guess this, entry that, whatever. Just buy when it seems exceptionally devastating. And then hold. What's your pricing for carbon? On a sedan, it's going to be $295 for the sides and the back. Windshield's going to be an extra $160. Clay bar, nice and warm. We remembered that this morning. Let's leave that in there. All right. I gotta get this GoPro going. We gotta get the big Back to the Future headset going. Those new Caddies a breeze? Yeah, these ones are pretty straightforward. I don't think this is a 2020 either. Pretty sure this one's got a few years on it. But yeah, this is very straightforward. So hopefully we don't make an ass of ourselves. Love your videos because of you I've started tinting and I love it. Consider starting my own business. Thanks for all the great content. Oh, thanks for that. That's a really nice message. Good luck, man. Do you stir your clay bar in a cup of water? I thought I saw that on another stream. Yeah, kinda. So I like the little plastic case. and I'll put a couple pieces of tint to get it there. But during the winter time, it's really cold. So I found a little like food thermos thingy. Call this the tint jacuzzi. No, the clay jacuzzi. So all I do is put warm, like I empty the water out because I found out if you leave it soaking 24/7, you'll destroy the clay bar. But just during parts of the day, I'll fill it with warm water, especially in the morning. It'll soften up the clay bar, make it a lot easier to use when it's frozen outside. Have you ever had a customer rushing you when you give them time, but they come earlier than expected? Yeah, but they need to understand that you still scheduled it that time for a reason. So what you do is like you can tell them you're trying to accommodate them as best as you can, but they're ahead of schedule right now. So I'll try that. Mine's been freezing as well. It's helpful. Yeah, I just put hot water in there in the morning, and it's nice too because like you'll sit there under the sink and try and warm it up and like massage it and get it going. This, you just like plop it in the warm water, just let it sit, and you can go do something else, come back to it, and then like clean it out too. So it's been helpful. Love your videos. Thank you. I love that comment. No video. Give it a second. Channel 1, 1080p 60. All right, we're going to go dark for a minute. How's the waiting room looking? Not much different. It's big, open, and clean, but it's just kind of like I need to repaint everything. I need a different floor. I need to make the ceiling not look yellowy. Like it would just take a few $1,000s to like redo everything. So I haven't put that money into it. Mostly because, like, I don't have people walking in and out. I hardly have people waiting in there. If they do, it's, like, for a few hours at a time. It's, like, getting past that, like, it's not quite worth the investment yet, but especially with a 2-year lease on this place. Just kind of, like, in limbo on it. Do you have a PS4? Oh, Super Chat. Yes, I do. Wild card. Wild card with the 5. How you doing, big dog? had some this morning. Check in. Hope all is good in the family. Yep, things are doing good. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. We're watching the stock market fall to pieces, but the family is good. All right. Buying Geo off your website, who does it ship from? It's all fulfilled through Geo still. So same pricing, same company. It all just forwards straight to them, and then they drop ship it out. They get it out super fucking quick too, by the way. So if you order today, it'll go out today. As long as it's in stock, which like now things are a little funny, but if it's in stock, they'll get it out today. And most of the stuff is in stock. They've just had some interesting logistical issues right now. I mean, Some of you guys have heard of the canal being blocked. I don't know if that is going to mess. I'm assuming that's going to mess with logistics in some way, or shape, or form too. But the film has been. There's been a ton of film being ordered right now with stimulus, tax season, all at once. They double down on their orders, and they're still like blowing out film like crazy. Busy. I didn't get a haircut this weekend. Tips on backs. Practice. We'll go on Back to the Future. Oh, God. There we go. Something like that, right? GoPro. Alrighty. So, I think at this point, we're pretty good to go. So let's get started, shall we? What is that? There's like one little... There. Yeah, we still good. Let's talk about a tint off in June. I think there's two things now. There's the window film conference, and then there's like some tint battle thingy going on. But the tint battle thingy I think is in Texas. And then there's the regular International Window Film Convention that was put off twice. That is supposed to be June 7th to the 9th in Orlando. What was that? Oh. Houston. Tint battles in Houston. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do that. They're definitely doing a lot of videos behind it right now. It's cool. Competitions are funny. If they can make Window Tint Warriors and the big Squeegee guy talked about it. Oh yeah, the Texas Squeegee. Yeah, I'm interested to see what comes of it. So like, this is just me rambling about how certain things do with social media. They've got to figure out how to make people care about the competitors, and if they can do that, they'll have a pretty successful event. In terms of just like social media views and stuff like that. I hope it goes well. Because like when you go down to the tint competitions, it's like the people that care about the tint competitions the most are the tinters themselves. So we'll see what happens. Oh, what is that? Come on, just a little bit. There we go. Spam call? Go away. I don't need you. I live in Texas. I may want to go if I knew where to find the info. Tinter battles, June. Yeah, I don't know where they posted it. I know they got a Facebook page that's pretty active, but I don't know where else that they post it. But if you ask any one of those guys that are involved or in like the Tintertainment group or something, you'll be able to find the answer. I don't know. Can you tell do Tint Depot film shrink well? The comment was kind of all over the place. I think the comment was, does Tint Depot film shrink well? Yeah, their film shrinks really well. It's only when you really get into like a pure carbon film and like a ceramic film. Some of them don't shrink as good as others, but dyes are usually pretty consistent. I first saw you in a competition in 2015, and I've been following you. Amazing work. Lots of did not show. Thank you. Lots of tenders did not show. Oh, tinters. Oh, cool. Yeah, I went to. There was a more local competition. So Lumar at the time, Lumar distributor was through 44 Tools, and that was before Lumar. Like Lumar had private distributors for quite a long time, and then they went to be they brought it all in house to do distribution themselves. So they cut off all their existing distributors, which really sucks if you built your business on that. So that was what 44 Tools did. And every year they would run an event for all their dealers. And that type of stuff is actually really fun to go to. So the competitions and stuff, they're like, the events, they're cool to go to for sure. A lot of hanging out, socializing, good times. They're more of a get-together than like an actual competition thingy. I need another blade. There was one year I placed second, and that was when we worked on overall scores, and then they changed it up to brackets, and I was up against like it was a Chrysler 200. This made me a little bitter. I'll tell you my little competition story on that. This one made me a little bitter. They switched it up to brackets rather than overall score. So what that does is, it's like luck of the draw. Whoever you're up against is the guy you got to beat, and if he beats you, then you're out, right? Well, it was like a Chrysler 200, which isn't anything too crazy, but they have tighter, wider seals. And the guy, the first round was fine. Second round, I was up against the guy that actually went on to win the competition. And I was like, dang. And there were the part that made me bitter was not that. It was other people went on to the next round that didn't even finish their windows. So you had two guys on the same car, and both of them didn't finish, and they picked the best out of which one didn't finish. And I'm like, that's kind of stupid. That's the part that made me a little bitter. But it's fun to go out there. So I competed in the international one last year. That was fun. No problems with that. Just, I was so prepped for, let's see, I used Avery. I was really prepped for Avery NR. And I didn't realize I got Avery NR Pro there. So I had extra soap in my bottle, and that shit started sliding all over the place. What does the winner get? For the tint battles, I don't know. But for the international one, I think it's like 10K. There's like 3 different prizes. There's like 10K, 3 or 5 for second place, and then like 1 for like third place or something. I'm gonna get a blade. I'm gonna double check this too. Pretty sure this is 20. But see, I have a question. Canon. I started learning how to hand cut like a week ago and tried to cut both drivers and passenger on one window. I would get a gap at the bottom right corner. Maybe because you started a week ago? I don't really have a good answer for you. There could be... I mean, it's just you're new. Just make sure everything's locked down when you make your cuts, and that'll help you. Did you order black carbon blades? No. Well, yeah, you'll have a gap because it shifted for sure. Or, like, you just didn't have the blade in the right spot when you were cutting. But, yeah, if you end up with a gap, there's just one of the edges was just too short. So the whole idea is to get everything to overlap. So just pay attention. Like, it's hard to say specifically what your issue is. I didn't see it. I didn't see you do it. And it's kind of like you can't really just answer it with that vague of a thing. But if you pay attention to that bottom corner as you're cutting it out, you'll be able to tell more yourself what you did wrong than me, unless I see it. I gotta change these blades. Canon. I'm starting to source work from a body shop, and I need a good tint meter to match films. Any recommendations? Yeah. This guy's good. This is the Tint Check TC 1800. This is actually old now at this point, but it's still going good. So you just push the button, and then you slide it over the tint, and then it'll tell you the percentage of it. Tint meters, they're definitely handy. I think they're like 80 to 100 bucks. I'd maybe stay away from like really cheap meters on Amazon because you don't know if they're calibrated right. Because they might just tell you a number and you just go, is it accurate? This one has little slides that you can always tell to see if it's calibrated right. I've been taking door panels off each car. I tried to tint half peel. As soon as I peel the bottom part, I have creases on each side. Then it's the way you're peeling the liner off. Also, if you're pulling door panels, you can just like bottom load the film. You don't have to two-stage like I do in that case. Because you're taking apart the whole door panel, so you're getting the issue out of the way. Guys, where are we at? What are we doing? 181, we're going down. Oh, tragic. This is where we're at today. So We spiked on low volume, and then we came back down on low volume so far. Only 4.5. It's probably going to trade even most of the day. My dude looks like a transformer with that headgear. Shut up. Okay. GoPro. It's the only way that it would work. Would I be a Decepticon? Am I wasting too much time taking apart door panels? I mean, different strokes for different folks. Some people like to, some people don't. I'm on team don't. Only because that's how I learned. So if you have a knack for taking stuff apart, it'll make the installation easier, but you got to figure out how to take every door panel apart. If you leave them on, then you're going to have a harder time installing the film, but you don't have to ever take a car apart. Or most of the time. There'll always be little situations when it would benefit you, but 99.9 of the cars that I get, I just leave them alone. Like this one. I don't want to take apart this car. So I don't. Just a little. Just a smidge. Probably could have pulled it over a little bit farther, but we're definitely wide enough. Have you used Sharpie for hand cutting? I think I tried it once. So not really, no. Sharpies, I mean, I could have a setup here for a Sharpie, but I couldn't at another place that I tint still. So, like, I have the glass, excuse me, I have the glass board set up over here. So if I want to like trim these corners out and do some Sharpie work, I could do it fine on the doors, but these aren't very big pieces of glass to do the whole back window on without shifting it around a lot. So, you know, it is what it is. Where's my, is it this one? Could be this one. Can you peel the bottom part slowly? Yeah. I'll try and remember. I really will. Sometimes I space out as I'm talking about other stuff, but I'll definitely try and remember. So, like I was saying, using a Sharpie, you're like, so you have the film on the car, you move it to the glass board, you move it back to the car. It can take a little bit longer depending on how you do it. But there was a cool, faster method that I saw with the Sharpie that I actually really liked. They take the film, they put it on the car, they mark their edges, then they take it over the board, they use a flat edge, and they cut those edges, and then they put it back on the car, line it up, and then cut out their top edge on the car. Oh wait, no. Did they might have actually put it on the car, Sharpied it, cut the top edge, and then put on the glass boards and finish up the sides. I think that's actually what they did. They did it pretty quickly. That's just to keep a blade off the car, though. So, you don't need to keep the blade off the car, and that makes it challenging if you're running around from place to place, because, you know, if I go to a different shop, they're not going to have a nice pretty tint bay for me with lots of glass boards around for me to do what I do. They're going to pull a car into the corner and go, hey, go tint it. No need to take it back to the car? Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I didn't remember exactly how it went, but there's some people that do it really efficiently. The only thing is, like, the biggest downside is you have to have a setup for it. So, like, if you're purely mobile, then you need to carry around, like, a acrylic board or something. Something that makes sense. Oh, we haven't done the back yet. So let's do it. Gonna get my truck in the summer, love your work. Cool. Let's do it. Is it better to put liner to liner so it doesn't slide? Yeah, if that makes it easier for you. You know, believe it or not, I don't think I was pushing hard enough, because this way, I like crank down on it and just do that really quick, and it's been locking down pretty well. But you have to like press extra hard to get it to stick the way that I have it on here sometimes. If you have a little extra soap in your bottle. Maybe until we get some ceramic and then it starts sliding all over the place again. I was gonna pick up a whiteboard for mobile. I don't know if a whiteboard is gonna work for you, but they do have cutting boards that you could probably use. Look up self-healing cutting boards. Or just get a big sheet of acrylic, but acrylic scratches up too, so. Because what the whiteboard might do, if you cut on it anyways, you're gonna put grooves into it, and it's got like a cardboard backing, I think. So you're gonna put some cuts in it, you're gonna spray it, and then I think it's gonna swell up on you. So you could use like a lot of different things, like a plastic board or something like that. It'll definitely scratch up, but sometimes like the scratches don't matter as much. They can start to ruin your cuts over time. I use a big piece of Lexan. It's ironic, Lexan, and people ask me about Lexan. Different Lexan. Yeah, so like rounding corners this way, just right on the car, I don't have to pull them off. So the only reason I would do it on the boards versus the car is just if I want to keep the blade 100% off of the main portions of the glass. And because I've been doing it this way for fucking ever. I put strips of glass aid on the side windows and just cut it on the glass. Nice. It's an interesting way to do it for sure. I saw a nifty little trick too, where instead of cutting on the glass, so it does the same thing. You can take just a card, like a plastic card or something out of your belt, and you could round the tools that way. Run the corners that way. Call from unknown. Oh, we got a phone call. Might have to get this one. Or was it picked up? No, it's still. Ah, shit, I missed it. Weird. Somebody calls, asks for an appointment, and you text them a link, and then all they send back is a question mark. That's fun. All right, where are we at? 183. Yeah, we're trading sideways. It might start to dwindle down today. Super chat. I'm sorry, I was getting a phone call at the same time. T-Jet, how you doing, man? T-Jet with the 4. I finally made it. Missed 2 streams. Dang, you're falling behind, buddy. It's good to have you. Thank you so much for the 4. All right. A little sip of coffee. Let's keep going. Can't believe. You know, I knew it. I fucking knew it, too. I'm like, I felt like I was changing the settings. I thought I was changing the settings in the wrong place, but I couldn't find where I needed to change it. And then I just happened to find it. Because when I'm trying to do something live, oh, that's still a little wet. You know what? Let's let that sit for a little bit. Still a little damp down here. So we're just going to, before we throw the tint on it, we don't need to yet. So we'll let that dry a little bit longer. Let's shrink some doughs. But I'm glad I figured out the mic problem, and I hope I didn't screw up the rest of my computer. Dumb Windows update. But it's good everything's working now. until I restart the computer, and then everything else just goes to shit. Even my heaters are working. When do you know to stop shrinking? That's a good question. It's actually pretty simple. So first is the setup. So I will put the film on the glass. I leave the longest edges exposed. So I leave it about an inch up from the bottom. You can pull it a little closer to the side. You want to get as much film on the glass as you can, but keep it away from like a couple of big edges so it's not just overlapped on the whole thing. So keep it sprayed underneath, and then start at the top, sweep down, sweep down. That'll pull everything to the bottom, right? So the way that you can tell is if you shrunk it enough, before I go to shrink it, I'll squeegee down some, and you'll see some spiky fingers popping up at the bottom. Those little spears. I'm looking for my heat gun. It's on the other side. But then I'll pick it up from the corner, pull it back, heat it, and then you can tell that it's heated up enough when you can do that, and it all lays even. So if you snaps back down and you don't have any fingers popping up, like here, it should do that, and then just stay. And you know you got a little bit of shrink on it when you do that. So you're just trying to keep that shrink right in here, create a little smiley, press it down, you're good to go. So it would be overshrunk if you try and press it down and you're fighting with it. And it's just like you press it down and all these things are popping up really hard and you're just like, ah, and it's just not coming down easily. It's just should be as simple as zoop, and then that's it. So you know you properly snap shrunk a door. Where do you get the tape to cut? So the Glass Aid tape you can find on my website and a few other main tint distributors. I haven't programmed this quite yet. My tint stuff. Oh wait, no, we changed it. Tint stuff. Ah! I dropped a link in chat for you. Oh, that's fun. Well, if we fixed our voice software, then we can add more, so that's good. We fixed it. We fixed it, boys. So now we need a rag and our clay bar. Yeah, so I was just doing this for the clay bar. Just something simple to put it in. And then it's nice because this stays warm. You use it some. So this is for the winter months when you live in, you know, the frozen tundra. Because all shops are kept oh so warm, right? Yeah, no. Peel it slowly. Yes, peel it nice and slow. Thank you for the reminder. Watch me still space out and forget, but I will. That happens. I'll be like, yeah, and then I do it, and then I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot. I kept forgetting these. I do this where like I have tools that I mean to bring, and then I will forget for days if not weeks. Every time I get to where I'm going. Like I'll get here at the shop and I'm like, fuck, I forgot that tool again. Happens all the time. So this morning I almost forgot extra glass aid again. Ooh, you're gonna like this. What do you use to cover the door panel? I'm glad you asked this time. Carpet shield. Oh! Keep an eye on chat. You'll see it pop up. It's called carpet shields. You can find it at Lowe's and Home Depot. That is the most helpful thing. That is the most helpful thing that I have added to my stream in a little while now. All right, what do we need? What do we need? This guy. Where's the blue? I have the blue one somewhere. Should be here. Did it fall out? Oh, fuck. I think it fell out. Hang on, I gotta grab it. Do you frown against tinting outside? Oh yeah, I hate it. Don't tint outside. Whoa! Whoa! Thank you for the 20. Got a Civic and was that F-150 coming on Saturday? Both full ceramic? Hell yeah. Dude, that's awesome. Fucking killing it. Thank you so much for the 20. Dude, that's great to hear. This time of year should be a really good year for a lot of people. Stimulus money, lots of business. I mean, the only thing that we got to worry about right now is the market inevitably collapsing, but that's fine. That's fine. Not the tint market. Oh, fuck. See, I forgot about peeling it, right? We got a super chat, though, so. I'll try. We got to remember for the bottom. Alrighty. I wonder if we're ever going to switch back to the flat out. You think we're going to switch back? I give it to the clear crush, though. This thing's been a bit of a trooper. Oh, we need the blue. Okay. We need the blue really quick. And my green. Oh my god, everything. Everything has just been all over the place. Where's my... Is it this one? No, where's my little one? Where's my little one? Where did it go? Fuck. I don't... Use this one. What's the difference between a clear crush, blue crush, orange crush, blue max, all of them? So the difference is going to be the hardness of the squeegee, and they change out some of the material. So like, there's a lot of people that like the orange crush flat out, and then they mostly use this as like a cleaning squeegee. You'd have to get all of them to like really know yourself, but try and summarize it real quick. Flat out is was my favorite, but it was running into little scratches in the wintertime. But it's a really hard squeegee. It lasts a long time. Well, it's a harder squeegee that lasts a long time. It's like not hard, but like it's good. Blue Max is a great squeegee. It slides really well, but it nicks really fast, so it kind of drives me crazy in that regard. Orange Crush is a softer one, and I think a good way to not scratch the film in some of the colder months too. But the problem with the Orange Crush was it was leaving Orange Crush rubbery streaks behind, and that kind of freaked me out. So I had another one of these laying around. I have like a few of these. I bought like 3 of each. So we've been using the Clear Crush for a minute now, and I quite like the Clear Crush, but it is very soft, so you have to press harder. But it's a very safe squeegee. So like what likely was happening, there was a really quick peel. God damn it. You see what I mean? We got 4 more windows. I'm so sorry. That's just how I'm wired, man. I go into default mode. I got people asking questions. I get sidetracked. We just like gave me like 4 reminders. That's like what my wife will do. She'll like ask me to do something and then give me a reminder. And then before you know it, it's like, hey, did you do that thing that I told you about 16 times? And I'm like, ah, damn it. And then I just run and go do it right then and there. All right, we got other windows, though. We got 3 more. What's the story behind the slow peel? Oh, somebody was asking to just peel it slower so they could better understand how I do it. Because, yeah, I do pull the liner pretty quickly. You gotta, like, taco it. There's a video on the channel that talks about it more, too. It's, I don't know, some clickbaity title that has to do with tinting how to tint any door window or something like that. But it's true. It's how I tint any door window, so I guess it's not clickbaity. But I had to make it sound really good. I had to oversell it. All right, nobody ask any more questions. Nobody ask any more questions. This is now the slow peel stream. We're gonna do it. Get it to a good spot where you can see your edges. It's a little high, but it gives you a little bit more at the bottom. A peel speed record. We should do that. Peel speed records. Bottom loading only, though. Yeah, so I used to do this. I used to get a crease here. Oh, God, there's a phone call. There's people that are trying to ruin the slow peel. You see, it's like sabotage. I think Nick's on it, though. I think he got the phone call. Now I'm never gonna. I'll get to the point where I never forget it. I'll forget for a while, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, this is how we peel it, this is how we peel it, this is how we peel it. But getting there. All right. So we're almost set up now at this point. The slow peel. Oh, baby. Just get that corner and then do the slow peel. So keep your film, your liner close to the glass. Keep the film underneath it wet. Then you're going to go about halfway. Well, halfway, good amount of way. You can go half, you can go a little more. If you have a comfortable amount of room to work with, then you go farther. But you just pull it so it's got an even line across it. But it's really about the bottom peel that we're asked about, right? Let's play some weirdo music. Ooh, yeah. Or maybe that bow, chicka. Bow. Too slow, you give dust time to attack. It's ruined. You've ruined it. I know, now we get to the point where we make so many jokes that we forget that the whole purpose was the bottom, and then we skip over it and move on, and he's like, what the fuck? That's how I'm reminding myself, though. You just better hope there's no super chats. Okay, so peeling the bottom was actually, I ran into this issue too, where I would pull a crease into the film. And it was always like right here. So we're gonna roll this up. I would pull one right here, basically on that window right there. Like I would pull a little crease right in here. And sometimes it still happens, especially if you're moving quick. So we spray this down, and then the way you're gonna peel this, the slow peel, is you gotta like taco it. Just so you're pulling like this way, out from an angle. But you can do a little wiggle to finesse it out of that corner. And then the way you would pull a crease into it is if it was bunched up or weird or something. So pull it away from the glass a little bit. Hold it in here, get it to do that little taco shape, and then this, see that little point right there? That's where, if it was too bent, it would crease. So you just pull it out nice and even, go across, keep your hand where that film connects there, and then same thing with this other side, right? You just kind of like pull it back opposite. So just, and then you won't get a crease in it. And then go order some tacos. But that's where you would get a crease from it. You like pull a little zipper into it or something. Because tint likes 2 dimensions, but it has a hard time with 3 dimensions. Hope that helped. Three gallons of water per door helps? Yeah, 3.5 to 4. 3's a little light. Wow. Super chat. Hang on 1 second. Thank you. I have heard it. I was trying to. What? I had a shank, but the first time I used it, it broke it. How do you break them that quick? People tell me that the yellow ones aren't as strong as the white ones. I could see that. They come from the same place, but like there are a couple different ones floating around. Where's the white one that I got? Yeah, this one. Here. But T-Jet with a 5. Quit a shop that made me tint and answer phone/sell. Never gave me sales commission, only paid tint commissions only. Upsold 5K plus monthly. Hate phones now. Thank you for the 5. I hope you're doing good, man. Yeah, the shops will put a lot on the good people. They always do. If you're a good employee, then you get more work. That's how that works. And then getting more from a shop that you're currently working at is much harder than just switching to another shop and then going in at a higher salary or something. Where are we at on the stock? 178. Oh, God, we're collapsing. Oh, no. We're falling down. GME is falling down. Falling down. All right, so there are 2 types of shanks that float around. I got the yellowy ones. They are a little bit thinner than this one. And they still got a pointed edge, so they're still pretty good. These are kind of hard to find sometimes, but I don't know. If you're like, you're not stabbing and right? You're just, and then you're prying back some. So if you're breaking them, then I'd imagine you're just like really cranking back on it or something. I don't know. I still have, like, look at this. See, do you see the dirt in there? Like, this is a long time going. So, I don't know what people do. It's like when I saw the pictures of the bulldozers breaking, and I'm like, what the fuck are you guys doing to bulldozers? It's the shank, but yeah, you're not supposed to stab people. Go a little gentler. There are some tighter seals, but maybe it's leverage. Maybe you guys are just like doing this and then pulling like from here or something like that. I always like get my hand like down here and I'll like pull back more like from here. Crank that shank. Is that what you guys are doing? Cranking the shank. Rename it the gentle poker. That's it's not the shank anymore, guys. It's the gentle poker. In the winter, they get cold and brittle. I mean, that could contribute, but I'm in the colder states too, and my clay bar gets cold. My tools get cold. I haven't broke one yet. I have not snapped a shank ever. I've never done it. It never happens to me. You guys are crazy. Didn't I say always beware of that? No, but really, I actually haven't broke one yet, so I don't know what's going on. You guys are funny. Oh, is that it? Oh, there we go. That's better. Ding, 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 ding. You guys like that? I like that crank rhymes with shank. crank that shank. But it's not the shank anymore. It's the gentle poker. Here we go. Squeegee. 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 Does who? Does Rick like Sun Distributing? Yeah, they sell them. They sell the Glassade ones. Three weeks. Are we on 3 weeks now? It's been a little while. Or are we going on our third week now? I like it, man. Does the brass nozzle not being adjustable screw with you? This one is adjustable, though. I'm buying clear crush stock. Clear crushes to the moon. Go. You know, I was usually pretty nice about stopping the bing bing. But it's only on the one door, so I'm gonna let it annoy you guys for a minute. Dang, we getting phone calls this morning? He's on it. He's on it. I thought the brass ones weren't adjustable? Who said that? So there's two different types of brass ends. There's like the cone tip. So there's this one, which you can twist. So you can either do that, which is the fan, or you can do the laser beam, right? And then you just like open it up and then, oh. So, see? It's changeable. And then there's the fan tip. So the fan tip is not adjustable. I prefer the door chimes. Well, this is for you. That's what we did, just specifically for you. It's good stuff. Medium peel or slow? We could do another slow peel. Alright, so again, like, try and just keep it kind of like a little taco shape, flat, just how you pull it. Same thing. Get to the end, and then zoop. So So you see how this came farther out up there? You don't really want that to happen, but if it does happen, just give it a little flush. Just give it a little flush. Then, you know, spray your 3 to 8 gallons worth of water. Go munch on a taco. Taco about it. See, and this the soft poker, man. This is how I pull this. I don't like do it. I don't fucking know. I mean, maybe you got a bad one, but I don't. I think one of the funny things was like this. You hear things, right? So there was a point in time where the Platinum Easy Reaches changed. So they went from, get this, ooh, big change. They went from not having a hole to then having a hole in the Easy Reach. And that was like a big thing, right? So this is what the Easy Reach pretty much looks like. Same thing for like the Tri-Edge, right? They would put a hole here. I don't know why, but there were people that were complaining because it made them more susceptible to like breaking. So I think I usually use them for tucking film too. So, but I never had them snap on me with that little hole in there. But there was, this is what I was talking to 44 Tools a lot. They would tell me, they're like, yeah, I don't fucking know. Some people are crazy. They're calling us, wanting us to warranty their Easy Reaches after like 3 or 4 months of use. And I'm like, wait, what? They're like, yeah, he ordered one, he broke it after 3 or 4 months and blamed it on that little hole there. And then wanted basically like a refund. Like, goddamn. People be crazy sometimes. Canon. Kendall with the 2 bought the DTS turbo. Use it all the time. What's the DT? Oh, is it this? Is this the DTS turbo? If it is, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the 2. The last time I saw somebody in the group call it the Green Boy. So I don't think we have an official name for it yet. Got an update about quitting a job. That was 2 years ago. I'm doing well since. Oh, nice. Glad to hear it, man. Yeah, working for a shop can be a pain. This is when all the shops turn off the TV if they have me on. The Green Booger. I don't know. I was trying to think of something iconic in green. And all I came up with was the Hulk or Flubber. Call it the alligator. Suggested by who? Green bean. The green bean. That's top notch. The green bean. So if you'll notice across the whole industry, tinters are pretty bad at naming stuff, including me. They either have like these silly tool names that are like, you know, the Stroke Doctor was a good one. They would do like pun names or like the Little Chiseler and just silly things. But yeah, tinters are really bad at naming things. Like my channel, what did I name it? Tint Stuff. Wow. Good job, buddy. You really thought about that one. What's the channel about? It's about tint stuff. The hand job, yep. I know there's more. It just some of them are escaping me, but the hand job is definitely one. The shank. It's the soft poker or whatever. So I called it the Detroit Tint Studios Squeegee. I didn't have a good name for it. But that's what it is. Patrick with dry shrink prep. What is it? Well, it's dry shrink prep. They look like kid toys. Yeah, they color them that way. I'm actually really happy that they just do exaggerated colors rather than all muted things. But yeah, they're definitely like, they're all kind of like silly shapes and sizes and bright colors. The yellow shank saves me in prison. I don't believe you. You only sell the yellow ones? Yeah, because that's all I can get so far. I don't know what supplier has the white ones. I gotta like do some more digging. I was actually just gonna get a custom color for the shank though. So I can do custom colors for like a handful of tools. And the shank is one of those that I think I'm gonna get in a different color. So I want to get another one, but I might break it. You're supposed to order like 2 or 3 of them at least. Shanks are like one of those things that is kind of like a pen. Sometimes you just lose them. Red would be a nice color. I'm leaning towards any of my studio colors. I'm either bright green, the blue, or purple. You know Tint Wiz would be down for some purple shanks. Maybe I should see if they want some purple ones. But I would steer away from purple just because of them. They like to do so many like Tint Wiz things. Purple shanks would be lit. I think so. Either like blue would be like I think the lowest on the tier. Either purple or the bright green. So I would want to do bright green of like everything, but then I'm only going to be using bright green things. If you do, please rename it the Gentle Poker. Well, everybody knows it, or people that know it as the shank. So I got to leave the shank in there. So you could do like the shank and then in parentheses, the Gentle Poker. Hey! I just got YouTube Premium because of you. Dude, I love YouTube Premium. Like, YouTube scared me when I used it without Premium. Sean Gavin with the super. Thank you, Sean. Thank you for shouting him out. Really appreciate that. YouTube Premium is awesome. Background play, which is kind of like I mean, for me it's a must, but I was like annoyed when they didn't have background play as a restriction or as a selling feature, and then they added it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of annoying. But they give you YouTube Music too as well. And what's nice about YouTube Music is like it takes everything off of YouTube. So you can have lots of remixes and stuff that you wouldn't normally have on like a streaming service. You can have all that like sketchy music that they probably shouldn't be making and posting, but it's YouTube, so they can upload almost anything. But I was surprised to see YouTube without ads and the sheer amount of ads that they throw on people. And I don't know how you guys use YouTube with ads. Fuck that. I use YouTube so much, though. Have you done much with smart home stuff? Not really. Not lately. I was really into smart home stuff for a while, and I still like the stuff that you can do with it, but at the time, there were so many different systems that you would get everything working together, and then something would stop working, and then you're like troubleshooting and fixing it for like a night. And it would just kind of drive me crazy. But I was tinting at one shop, and there was this guy who was also into smart home stuff. He filled his whole house with Philip Hue bulbs. At the time, I think they still are. I think they're $50 a bulb. He spent like three to 5K in like Philips bulbs. And then did a bunch of other stuff like the smart locks. He had Sonos systems and all that kinds of fun stuff. Finding everything that kind of like the part that I always liked the best was like just the switches. Lights turn on, lights turn off. Lock a door, unlock a door. Those are the pretty straightforward ones that are pretty helpful. Like, because I don't want to get up to turn off the light switch. I just want to tell it. Shut off. Oh, and a thermostat. Thermostats are handy, too. YouTube ads are butt cheeks. Dude, YouTube's brutal with ads. Like, that's their business, though. They're an ad delivery company. But, dude, like, YouTube, it's so great without ads. It's just, you don't... It's just like, infinite scrolling. You don't have a bunch of ads and stuff. When you press on a video, it just loads instantly, and you don't have to... all this other shit in there. Like, it's fast. It saves you time. How much do you use it, and how much time does it save you? That's the goal. All right, where are we at? I think I saw the stock still dipping. It dipped to a low of 175, currently sitting at 179. It is a slow day today. I'm curious to see what other news comes out. It's funny because every time I'm bored, you go live. Oh, that's a nice coincidence there. That's a really nice coincidence. There's one streamer on Twitch, Devin, that I was watching a lot. And he was going live like 5 days a week. So I watched every one of those streams, whether or not I was live for it or not. And then he slowly stopped streaming, and I'm really sad because then I didn't have anything else to play. And the nice thing about streamers, like when you get into like watching a streamer, one of the nice things is like for me it was setting it and just kind of like leaving it play in the background, and then you can go do other stuff while you listen to it. So it's like you have that community aspect that's really fun to like hang out. But if you want to like learn from what they're saying, it's just a podcast, just a long podcast. You never know when you're going to hear a helpful thingy. All right. So let's make sure this guy is turned off. This seat is a little more forward, so we have some space. We're doing good today. I feel like we redeemed ourselves a little bit from the last stream. Maybe it was the carbon with the carbon blades. Maybe that's it. Carbon doesn't like the carbon blades. It's like, gah. Maybe it's just, I'm a hack. Computer cut? We go into it a lot sometimes. I don't want to get too far into it right now. It's beneficial if your patterns work. If your patterns don't work for you, then you'll just be throwing away a bunch of film and wasting a bunch of time. Thanks for having Tint Stuff as a supply website. Love it. Aw. You're welcome. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. I should email the guy about just Tint Stuff. I was trying to think of another domain. Because it's my Tint Stuff. And then when you buy it, it becomes your Tint Stuff, right? That's how that works. But I started my channel in 2011. And that domain got scooped up not too long after. And I was like, oh, sad. Sad. Excited to get the Geo Shield. Nice. Glad to hear it. Can't wait for my Squeegee. Whoa. Aw, you guys are nice. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. Got a bunch of packages I gotta run today. I had to put together, between the weekend. I had a bunch of orders to get together last night. I just ordered 2 more squeegees. Dang! Aw. Good, glad you like them. You make it look simple. Oh, shrinking? Yeah, but you're looking at a summary. If you want to see some pain, go watch the beginning of Saturday's stream with the Tahoe. We just ran into some personal cutting problems. But overall, you're looking at like 12 years of summary here. So if I can't make it look easy at this point, then fuck. What am I doing with my life? You learn to like read the film. I'm stocking up. I nicked one? Oh, really? How'd you nick it? I haven't nicked one yet. That's no fun. They're really tough. But I'm curious. Tell me. The right angle corner nicked? Aw, that's like the most helpful part too. Like this guy. So what I really like about this is normally, so the squeegee that I usually use for a lot of sides and stuff was either a tri-edge or a Conqueror or the Conquistador, one of the two. So this has more of a blunt edge. So every time you go to like try and pop it into the seals, it hits that seal. So it's not a big deal. you just use the gentle poker, and then you put it in and swipe it. But, watch. And you just, oh, it worked. And then you can get that bottom edge. Look at that. Conqueror's nice. Yeah, I like them. They're like long time tools. I want, so this is my idea. I want to see something like this with just a softer blade that goes farther. Make me that. Make me a plastic blade with a rubbery edge that has more of a point to it. So that's kind of like where this is going, but this is thinner. So if you could do that somehow. Alligator recommended DT's Turbo. Aw, I appreciate that. DT's Turbo. DTS Turbo. Seems like we're settling in on the turbo. But I don't like the turbos. I do and I don't. For me, the turbo... Okay, so if you give me two different squeegees, one of them a turbo and one of them a cut down fusion squeegee, I'm going for the fusion squeegee every time. The only thing... What was I saying? But yeah, the softer green turbo, I actually really like that one. The yellow one, I left too many streaks and stuff behind. Didn't quite go for that one. What's the best squeeze? GME is the best squeeze, but it has not squaws. The Studio Squeegee is like a PPF ProTech. Yeah, they're the same. It's a green one. ProTech was just the first one named. They're just a special squeegee, but it's green, and it's got Detroit Tint Studio on it. And the green makes it, like if you compare them side by side, the material might be like just a little bit softer or harder or something. But yeah, they're all like, you see them on Tint Depot site, you see the pink ones all floating around. Yeah, they're all the same. But this one's green and it's got Detroit Tint Studio on it. And I got the right angle one because this is the one I like, or the angled one because this is super handy. I mean, look at this too. You can shrink with it. I was actually really surprised that you could shrink with that. That was not by design. That was just, it's a rad squeegee. It's like a collector's thing. And it happens to be helpful. Because I'd have t-shirts, but t-shirts don't hardly sell. Tinters want something they can also use. So that's what you can use it. Well, let's talk about squeegees. Think I'll name my windshield wipers. What do we call the wipers? Why don't we use windshield wipers as squeegees? Where are we at? Please elaborate on flex film. Oh, that's what it was. Please. Somebody said I avoid talking about something. So I wanted to see what that was. That was flex film. Yeah, I don't really like talk about them much because I don't like them. Windshield wiper on an Unger handle? That's actually kind of a thing. There's already like Unger handles floating around. like big glass squeegees. So I guess maybe it's already a thing. I think we're just coming back to things that already exist. But maybe you could tint a whole car with the client's windshield wiper. What if that was the thing? What if you're like, oh, fuck, I forgot my squeegee? What if you forgot your stuff? And then you just somehow tint a whole car with it. Dang it, I should have left this in there. What? I swear by that Detroit Tint Studio angled squeegee. I use it for everything. Aw. Glad you like it. I gotta come up with a new design for it. Because I wanted to just do like the first batch being like a limited run for the studio. So I think the next ones will be like Tint Studio, but we gotta come up with like a new design for it or something. Something that's still inspired by Detroit Tint Studio, but it's just Tint Studio. I think. Do I have a Glass Aid link? Do I have a Glass Aid link? Tint stuff. Link in chat. I'm getting better at that. We gotta edit some things. Here we go. All right. Is this the best squeegee for this one? Probably not. Probably not, because it's big. A little big for something like this. So in this case, see, like this is where the turbo drops off for me. Where's my little guy? So I'll take a fusion squeegee and I'll chop him down, and then I can get into way tighter spots. And I'd much rather use this than a turbo. So that's why you never see me with turbos. You just put it, you can put it in like a vise or something, just flat. So you like put it, so let's say this is a vise, you leave it hanging out, and you just like, you just put some pressure on it, and then take your knife and chop it off. The best squeegee that you've had is you had it all along. Aside from the Detroit Tint Studio squeegee. It's pretty nice. I tried it after I saw Matt do it. Hell yeah. I just try and do what works. That's what I stick to. If it doesn't, like, cause fucking, I gotta, like, actually tint stuff. Yo. Like, I actually have to tint stuff. So, if I don't do something to improve what I'm doing, then I'm just slowing my money potential down. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to slow myself down. I want to Get more shit done in a day. Time is money. Looks nice, thank you. It is. There aren't enough bright green squeegees. You were streaming and I did it right on that car, Jag XF. Oof, oof, that has some tighter windows for sure. I think. I'm thinking of like the XF. Or am I thinking, oh, maybe I'm thinking the XJ. But Jags, especially if they're newer, they have some tight windows. The XJLs I remember in particular as being not so fun. Not so fun. Yeah, so like this little guy, right? See? It's just a little guy, just... Squiggity squee. The only downside to like a cropped one or something is that if you flip it this way, it's not very effective. But if you have it this way, it is. So I'd keep one with maybe both angles. Or just get the squared off one. But yeah, you wear through a squeegee and then it turns into like your little squeegee. So you just keeps on keeping on. All right, now we got this back window to do. Things are going well. Good deal. This is how, maybe I should try it with this one too. Ooh, this one. Would that be a good one? Oh no, you might have the same problem with that one. This is their hybrid one. I like that one. They say that the orange and the blue are the same as what they are on the actual. I don't think that's true. I think these are different. Maybe they're not. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Oh, I need another rag. That's what I'm thinking. And then we want to let the clay bar soften up. We've been slacking. We need to start dropping this in the clay jacuzzi more. Just let that heat up for a minute. What time is it? 11:50. What? 11:55? It's 11:55? Oh, we are slow. What is wrong with us today? Have you ever tinted an old Lexus sedan? I don't like those, man. I do not like those. Yes, I have. I don't like those. I don't have a good... You could try and pull the seals, but doing so, you have to take apart the whole door panel to put it back in. It's just a big pain in the ass. Good God, I hate those. The IS 250s and 350s, I think. The older ones, yeah. And for whatever reason, the glass is sticky on those. The glass was like sticky as all hell trying to put on ceramic. I had a bad day. I had one of those on my birthday. That was a bad day. Do you have time for a windshield at the end of the day? Maybe like 3:30. I could do the windshield at 1:30. I could do the windshield at like 2:30. I hate those so much. Yeah, they're not fun. Definitely not fun. That was my first full car. Ooh. Yeah, if the tint slid okay. If the tint slid, it would be okay. Dang, you already responded. You're awesome. Thank you for the link. Amazing channel. Oh, you're welcome. This is handy in real time, especially if it's not too busy on stream. And you just got to catch me at the right second sometimes. But I try and respond to as many things as I can. Hang on, let me check something really quick. And then we'll do this back window. Oh, cool. Malibu on Thursday. God, the schedule is booking up. That thing sucked. Almost just quit right there, but I'm glad I'm here now. Oh, man. Yeah, that is not a fun car. That's where, like, people ask me about older cars. I mean, they'll see these get tinted, and then, like, you know, like a late 90s car sometimes. It's just like, man, those things, some of them are just harder to start with. There's too many little things in the way. It's like, get yourself a nice later model Taurus or a Malibu or something. Make it easier on yourself. But you don't necessarily know what's easy and what's not. So it can definitely be a challenge. But I had this one guy message me, and he was like, hey, so is like a Thunderbird difficult? And I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, my buddies all have like late 90s cars. And he listed like 3 cars in a row that were all like pain in the asses to do. And it's like, that's not going to be fun. That's not going to be fun. Just a little farther. Just a little farther. Do you raise the prices on older cars? Yeah, some of them. So, like, there's this window of time where some older cars are, like, mostly okay. That's like, we're getting back to early 2000s. Some of them are fine. They're not, like, all terrible. It's just, there's just, like, now, there's some that stand out as being definitely terrible and not fun. But when you go 20 years back to a place where a good amount of the cars were not necessarily desirable at the time, the people that own them don't necessarily want to spend very much money either. So you kind of, if you're in a certain price category, just naturally weed out of a lot of that. So if you're really trying to skim on your price in the beginning, you'll see a lot more of that. Where me, I always stuck to, like, you know, I don't have the most expensive prices, but they're not the cheapest. You just get a lot of, like, newer leases and stuff. Makes your life easier. Did I click away? I don't know if I clicked away or not. We should see. I did click away. There. It's a clay bar. It's on his website. It is. It's on Tint Stuff. Link in chat. Link for the lazy. I'm gonna fall. All right, a little bit of a little trench run here. Get that bottom on the glass and just start rolling it up, but don't butt into the headliner unless you get some dusties. Don't want dusties. Then get it going. It'll start to stick sometimes. Whittle it up a little bit more. Some more material on the glass. Just keep pressing it down as far down as you can. More material. Just start working it down. That doesn't sound fun. So satisfying. Just put satisfying in the title. The most satisfying. I don't want to run into a bunch of older. No, nobody does. You'll still get them, but I had some guy call the other day and was like, "Hey, do you tint windows?" I was like, "Yeah, I do. What do you got?" I have an older car. Uh-oh, what older car? He's like, "Can you do a Cutlass?" And I was like, "Nope." I'm good. I'm sorry, man. Oh, okay, no problem. So sometimes you either overquote or you just do something like that. I mean, you don't have to take on every car. You really don't. Some people look at that and go like, "What a hack. Doesn't like a challenge." No, it's more about time. You always have those jobs that take you longer, but there's some things that you're just like, I'm gonna spend more on your car than I could charge you probably, and I'm just gonna go through a lot of frustration and pain that I really don't feel like going through. So, there's some guy out there who's willing to do your car for $80. You'll find him. He's probably more willing to do it for $80 than me willing to do it. Alrighty, so let's check it out. How did we do? How did we do? Do I think it's a good idea to start mobile at the age of 16? I think it's a good idea to just start. Like, if you're interested in tint, just start as soon as you can. Mobile, like I've said, mobile is just, there's two different kinds. You're either running around from house to house, which is kind of a pain, or you kind of partner up with some shops, and then you come in and handle their tint work. So I prefer partnering up with shops. That doesn't mean tint shops. That just means shops that can pull in tint work. And you'll usually be able to charge better that way because it's not their main business. So glass replacements, stereo, all those places, they want tinters. You just flat out told them no? Yeah, in that case I did. It wasn't what I would consider like a hard inquiry. It was more just like, sounded like he was shopping around. And I was just like, nah, I don't even want to touch it, I'm sorry. There's a good amount of people, if they've called here, they've called a handful of other places too. So I'm guessing I was not his first phone call. So I don't try and be rude. I'm not rude about it. I just, like, holy shit. It's like getting a conversion van. Oh my God, I hated that. So, conversion vans, those were super popular for a period of time. I'm pretty sure they're still definitely I know they're definitely a thing still, but I just don't see them much anymore. But oh my God, I used to see conversion vans like every week. And it's like they would write it in the book as like a Chevy van. And you just knew. You're like, that's a conversion van. And they're like, oh, it's just a van. It's like, mm-hmm. And then he rolls up. Sure thing. Had like shades. 7,000 pieces of glass, all with little intricate cuts. No fun. Wanted all those things to go burn. Don't like conversion vans. Bippity boppity boo. Looking good. Just got a little bit of touch up. So we'll walk around it. Wipe it off. And then we'll be good. We're losing our headset. So this guy. Little guy right here. So just a little bit of heat. Wait for it to get hot. Press the air out. Bippity bop. Good. Good. Looking good. So we got one here too. Windows with buttons are a pain. I did the new Jeep. That had a little button on it. Well, it had the little pisser in the middle of the glass. It actually wasn't as bad as what it looked like. It had some extra space that it didn't look like it had. But still holding true to the Jeep Wrangler. They just had some weirdo cutouts on the back. Turned down 3 Cutlass Supremes in 20 years. Yeah, like, they're not even that common. So that's the... Can you tint? It's like, one of the first things. It's like, well, can you tint a Cutlass Supreme? Like, other tinters will ask you. You'd be like, what for? How many am I gonna get? It's like... It's bragging rights in the tint community, which gets you... This gets you very little. You'll have people going, dang, or good job, or neat. And then at the end of it, you're kind of like, oh. So you either take pride in getting it done personally, or you just suffer through it. Because the guy with the Cutlass Supreme is not giving you a lot of money to tint it. That is not a winning deal there. It's like a lot of people with like classic cars. Some of them are like into the full restorations. Did my first Golf without many problems. Didn't know it was tough until somebody told me. That's nice. The back windows is what really gives people problems. The doors aren't so bad. They're a little tighter than, like, let's say, a Cadillac. But that's nice. If you actually just kind of go into cars blind and you're already at tinting, then most things for you will be like, oh, cool. It's when what can really mess you up is like when you get inside your own head going into the job. You're like, if people are like, oh, that car sucks. And then you're like, oh, no, it sucks. And then it pulls in and you're just like dreading it the whole time. Freak yourself out. Not fun. Don't overthink. Just shrink. Canon. We did a car. (2018) CT6, just windshield, 35%. He's happy with 230. Oh, okay, cool. Got a windshield coming in later today. CT6 for 35 just on the windshield. Would be funny if it was this one. GoPro. So we can actually get a preview of the windshield because we have one sitting right here. Yeah, CT6 is really straightforward on the windshield. Big cutout, lots of room. It's a GM. I should start the car. Turn on those headlights. Windshields, I usually do 150 without the full car and then 130 with the car. But it might be quoted right now as 130. That's in Pro Classic. Dang. This looks good. All right, we good. MKZ windshield. Done a good amount of MKZs. I don't think I've had a MKZ. I don't think I've had a MKZ windshield anytime soon. But I don't think it would be tough. It's a Lincoln, and Lincolns are Ford. Fords are overall pretty straightforward. Detroit Tint Studio t-shirts. Don't think, just shrink. Sounds cool for the 5 people that would buy one. It's hard to shrink for me. Oh, well, I look at windshields more on installation than shrinking. I mean, you've what, been tinting for a week or something? Or was that somebody else? Depends on how long you've been shrinking for. If you're new, then yeah, like, oh, there's a lot of windows that'll take you a while to shrink, but if you can do it, that's like, that's the battle there. Then you can work on time. Alrighty, my dudes. What is today? Today's Monday. We have more cars here on Wednesday. So this is the end of the stream. We'll give some quick shout-outs to the Super Chats. Wildcard, T-Jet, John, T-Jet, Kendall, and Sean. Sean was the one that got YouTube Premium because of me. Thanks, man. Glad to hear it. Hope you like Premium. I love Premium. Which Michigan tint laws like? Oh, it's nothing unless you have a doctor's note. Just top 4 inches. Alrighty. Sorry, I'm gonna get distracted. I gotta call this guy, tell him he can pick up his car. He's all good. And I got somebody else coming in later. And yeah, got some work to do. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. This was a good morning. Fun, good times. Facebook group as always, and I will see you guys Wednesday. Wednesday, either 9 a.m. or like 12:30, like somewhere in there, either the morning or early afternoon. We have 2 cars on the book so far, ready with like appropriate slots for like streaming. So I don't know. I'll pick one or the other, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.